quarterback of the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Got it. Her third. From left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down!
Washington's going to step. He's going to go for it. And fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Notre Dame Stadium in Notre Dame, Indiana, home of the Fighting Irish in Touchdown Jesus, is the site for this ACC contest between the number 7 Virginia Tech Hokies and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everyone. I'm Jeff Melnition, joined by Cade Pageant. Cade, what are you looking forward to seeing in this matchup between two ACC powerhouses?
You know, Jeff, last game we saw some quarterbacks who made some questionable decisions at certain points. And honestly, I'm looking at the two quarterbacks right here, freshman Matt Perez and junior St. Major, almost identical on the year. 7 touchdowns apiece, just over 1,000 yards, Major with 4 interceptions, Perez with 2. These quarterbacks are ready to sling it tonight.
Should be a good one. Virginia Tech starting with the ball first. 2-1 Virginia Tech facing off against 1-2 Notre Dame, as the first play of the game by St. Major is a pass incomplete.
And St. Major didn't have anything open. Good coverage by Notre Dame to start. This is the highest ranking for Virginia Tech in the last 2 seasons, Jeff.
At number 7 as well. They've been looking really good as they got the win last week against Florida and breaking off a tackle inside Notre Dame territory down the sideline, as that is going to be a nice catch to Harper Orndorff with a gain of 38.
And Harper Orndorff, the sophomore out of Harrisonburg, Virginia, has 5 catches for 43 yards on the season, almost doubles up her season total on that one play alone. Good job by her.
Major on the season, 1,071 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. You got Ahmad Williams, Jeffries, John Lee, Savannah Alzer, and Harper Orndorff as the receivers, as Major going to look to throw. Incomplete pass, second down coming up.
Notre Dame playing a lot of man coverage early on, forcing Major to just air it out to the sideline to avoid a turnover.
After the incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Trips to the near side. Quick throw by Major, and it's caught. And inside the 20 goes Aloysius Jeffries for 13.
Aloysius Jeffries, always a tough man to cover. St. Major's obvious favorite target into the red zone. Go the Hokies.
And for this attack, you also got the ground game of Maxwell Orndorff and Malcolm Dansby. Patrick Sullivan and Elijah Parks are the tight ends. Quick throw, touchdown! Ahmad Williams gets in for 19 on a beautiful pitch and catch from St. Major, the 8th touchdown pass of the season.
And Notre Dame stuck with the man coverage there, but Ahmad Williams burned it 6 ways to Sunday. He was wide open, probably the easiest touchdown of the season so far for St. Major and Ahmad Williams. Great first drive for Virginia Tech, less than a minute off the clock.
What did you like about that drive for Virginia Tech to kick this game off?
They got after it, Jeff. They know what Virginia Tech is and what this offense is, and they got right into it and did what they do. Diced the Notre Dame defense up.
Now we see Matt Perez. 1,020 yards on the season, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. Quick throw to the top, and that's going to be Andrew Perez for a loss of 1 and a good tackle made in the open field.
Jeff, I know you're not used to being over here on YouTube, but YouTube is my home, and there are not 2, not 3, but 4 Perez's on Notre Dame's roster. That is the first Perez to Perez connection tonight.
And it should not be the only Perez connection. If
it won't be,
it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, as Perez is going to keep it on the ground this time, but he picks up 3 on the ground, so gets part of that yardage back that they lost on first down.
And this Notre Dame offense goes with Olin Norris, the running back, and a good job by Perez pulling that ball away on the read option to get some positive yards.
And being on Twitch, this is my first time calling Notre Dame in a couple seasons, and Virginia Tech as well. Throwing it deep downfield. Picked off, but it's incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 8.
And Matt Perez just taking a shot to his man, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Lucky that they're punting the ball right here and not ending up with an interception. It would have been an arm punt anyway, but Virginia Tech holds early.
And a good return there by Virginia Tech, getting the ball inside Notre Dame territory. You got Wojtek Panzer, Michael Miller, Peyton Lang on the defensive line, Norman Elber, Quinn Geza, Arian Norula. Man, Notre Dame is just coming with the names this season. Unbelievable. I like it. I love it.
Man.
And I want some more of it, as old country singer once said. Malcolm Dansby with a pickup of 10 on the ground.
You tried so hard, Jeff. So proud of you.
Hey, off the rails, man. Off the rails. And hopefully that gets some likes on YouTube as well. St. Major, incomplete pass, brings up 2nd and 10.
Over on Twitch, a quick updated 2-yard touchdown run by Elijah Burns, a walk-on for West Virginia as they go up 7-0 on LSU with 4.5 left in the first.
Gonna run it up the middle. Dansby with the carry, picks up 6 yards before being tackled down. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Hokies.
And Malcolm Dansby is a 1-2 punch with Maxwell Orndorff in this backfield for Virginia Tech. Just as St. Major likes to throw, the two of them drive the running game.
Trips to the near side. Major looking, surveys, gets it out to Ahmad Williams, who has the touchdown, picks up 7 here across the middle.
And a good sit route by Ahmad Williams into traffic, right in between the zone coverage. St. Major finds his man to move the chains.
Zach Rainey with the tackle, one of the easier names on Notre Dame's defense, I believe, as that one's going to be a carry by Dansby. No gain on the play, wrestled down in the backfield by Norman Elber.
And Dansby goes nowhere. The Notre Dame defense finally starting to stand up a little bit. They need to hold Virginia Tech to a field goal attempt.
Dave, they do just that. 2nd and 10, Major looking to throw once again across the middle, fires it, and it's going to be caught as Ahmad Williams picks up 13 before being wrestled down on the play.
And we talked about it a little bit on that last drive, but when you have weapons like Ahmad Williams, Aloysius Jeffries, John Lee, Savannah Olzer, Harper Orndorff, it's tough to cover everybody.
And up the middle goes Dansby, but he's going to be tackled down, and that's going to be just a gain of 1.
And a good stop by the Notre Dame defense to hold him to just a 1-yard gain on the play.
Norula with the tackle for Notre Dame. 2nd and 9 coming up here for the Hokies. As Major going to look to throw, has some time in the pocket, throwing it back across his body, caught, touchdown, Ahmad Williams, his 2nd of the game as he mosses the defender for 6.
Looked like Dez Bryant going up over the defender and hauling that in. What a catch. That is going to find its way into the highlights and likely into the top 10. Ahmad Williams, what a man.
And leave it to a sad Cowboys fan to bring up a receiver from a couple decades ago.
Hey. It was less than a decade ago, and the man was a different type of dominant, okay? I'm just likening it to Ahmad Williams. You don't need to remind me how the Cowboys haven't done anything. I am a depressed Cowboys fan, and it hurts, okay? My goodness.
I bet it does, but we got a good return here for Notre Dame. Inside of Virginia Tech goes Jacobia Watson on a good return, showing off the speed.
Moochie, I'm not going to calm down. Don't tell me to calm down.
1st and 10 here for Perez across the middle. It's going to be caught shy of the 40. Goes Joe Nathan for a gain of 7.
And a good pitch and catch by Perez to Nathan to get Notre Dame into Virginia Tech territory for the first time tonight.
Rowan Perez, Andrew Perez, Pop Williams, Joe Nathan, Andy Johnson, Jason Steiner, some of the receiving core for this Notre Dame offense. But it's going to be Olin Norris for the first down, or for the first reception of the game, going to bring up 3rd and short.
You like to see Norris getting involved in the passing game, but you'd like to see him getting involved in the running game first.
Corey doesn't want you to be hurt. That's all he's saying, is that was going to be a check down. But enough for the first down is Andrew Perez with the gain of 8.
What you people don't understand is I was born into this. My dad's a Cowboys fan, and I've never seen them make it to a conference championship, okay? That was before I was born. So all I've known is pain.
1st and 10, handoff. Norris trying to bounce it, but picks up just 1 on the play before being tackled down.
And a great broken tackle on the first one, but gets absolutely flattened on the second tackle. Olin Norris 1 yard on the gain. You want to see Notre Dame doing a little bit more north to south running right here and not so much east and west.
Notre Dame on the 2nd and 9, just shy of the 30, comes out under center, and that's going to be caught. And a first down by Tom Brown, the tight end, picks up 11.
An easy pitch and catch from Perez to Brown into the red zone goes Notre Dame. Feels like a little bit of a must-score territory here.
The Bears, Corey, but at least I saw a Super Bowl in 2005, even though we had no business being there with that offense that was atrocious. 1st and 10, tight end goes in motion. Perez is going to check it down, which is still more Super Bowls than good old Cade has seen in his lifetime. Leon picks up 4.
You know what, man? Just don't. It hurts, okay? It hurts.
There's a Cowboys Anonymous somewhere in the Texas area. 2nd and 6. Perez, once again through the air, finds Jordan Little for a gain of 6.
And that pitch and catch to Jordan Little sets up a 3rd and inches, officially by a hair inside the 10-yard line.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They almost got the defense to jump. Perez, pocket starts to collapse to the end zone. Touchdown! Jordan Little in the back of the end zone for 6. Notre Dame goes down, and they put 6 on the board themselves.
And coming over from the defensive side of the ball, the generational talent, Jordan Little. Saw him in league chat earlier today saying he's the best receiving corner. He leads the league in touchdowns. Not that much of a good corner, but a good drive by the Irish.
And looking to make it a 7-point game with the extra point by Bradley Abrams, and it's through the uprights and good. So 14-7 is the score. Notre Dame down 7, but they just went on a drive and punched it in for 6 with 3:33 to go in the first quarter. Virginia Tech with the ball as they're going to kick it away. Does Notre Dame. It's going to be fielded 2 yards deep in the end zone. And what a pancake block on the return as Jeffries picks up 30.
Yeah, and if you're Notre Dame, I mean, Virginia Tech's run 13 plays for 118 yards, averaging almost 10 yards a play. You have to find a way to slow them down. We're not even through the first quarter yet, and they're on pace to drop almost 50.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Major will check it, but it's incomplete. Looking for Dansby out of the backfield, but incomplete.
Not sure what happened there with Major. Dansby had some room to make a move if the ball got into his hands. He just overthrew him.
Empty set here to spread out the defense. Trips to the right, though they're going to motion back into sidecar right. And that's going to be thrown across the middle and caught by Savannah Ulzer. She'll pick up 7.
Her first catch on the night. But if you're St. Major, you really want to kind of settle down in the pocket, plant your feet, and give your receiver a chance to hit it in stride.
Empty set once again. There goes Dansby into the backfield. They're going to try the option play, but it's going to be Major keeping it. He's got enough for the first down as he picks up 4.
As one of the most terrifying mascots does a dance right there. But the Notre Dame defense was there. They were just about a half step too slow on stopping Major.
Better mascot than good old Lassie, I would say. That's going to be a run by Major. Picks up to the 45, picks up 6.
Her name is Reveille, good sir.
Well, it looks like Lassie.
She is a queen, sir, and you will respect her name.
Well, I have to because they finally got a win here this evening. 2nd and 4 coming up for Major across the middle. That's going to be caught into the 45 inside Notre Dame territory. Goes Olsner once again, picks up 10.
There's a good pitch and catch by by Major to Ulzer. Virginia Tech on the move once again. The Notre Dame defense struggling to stop them.
2 receivers to the near side. Major going to keep it on the ground. Kind of got lost with his compass a little bit, but able to turn upfield. Picks up 6.
Lost his right. Not sure why he cut it back inside when he had a mile of space to the sideline. Take it to the sideline and stretch it out.
Empty set here. Trips to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Blitz coming from the corner. They throw it to where the corner was coming from, and it's going to be caught. First down catch by John Lee for 6.
And a little bit of a double out route concept right there by John Lee. If that outside corner can turn his head around, it's a potential pick, but it's a good pitch and catch for Virginia Tech.
2x2 here with Dansby in the backfield, who's going to stay in the block for Major. Quick throw on a little check down, and inside the 30 goes Harper Orndorff for a short gain.
And over on Twitch, a Gunnar Rice pick six, picked off by Tier Gunderson. LSU takes the lead over West Virginia 10-7 with 7 seconds left in the first.
We got a minute 22 over here. Getting it quickly, finding the tight end, breaking off 4 tackles as Patrick Sullivan picks up 4, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
I mean, he's losing yards every time he breaks a tackle, but as a defensive coach, you need 11 hats to the ball. You can't rely on one man to bring a person down.
One receiver to the east side of the formation for Major, gets it out quickly. It's going to be the other tight end. Elijah Parks picks up 5 in the first down, being pushed out inside the 20.
And we love the big boy efforts by the tight ends on back-to-back plays. It adds another dimension to this offense if Virginia Tech can get their tight ends going as well.
2x2, going to try to spread out this defense. Play action. Forces the defense in. Taking a shot is Orndorff as she picks up 5.
It's just an easy pitch and catch. Everything is coming very easy right now for St. Major. Not a lot of pressure, not a lot of tight window throws.
2x2, once again, Dansby, sidecar right. Gonna look to throw, gonna check it, and that's gonna be enough for the first down. It will. Sullivan with a gain of 6 as Virginia Tech keeps dinking and dunking their way down the field.
And they will nickel and dime it into the goal-to-go situation inside the 10-yard line. Virginia Tech knocking on the door again.
Looking to go back up 2 scores. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Dansby will get the carry, and the seas part. He's in untouched as Virginia Tech caps off a great drive with a Dansby rushing touchdown.
Untouched is right. Malcolm Dansby, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And where was the Irish defense? I mean, part like the Red Sea indeed, Jeff. What happened?
If I knew, I wouldn't be up here broadcasting with a Cowboy fan, and I'd be ADing somewhere.
I'm going to get so much stuff. That's going to be the running joke of the night, isn't it?
Well, it was nice when all the Cowboy fans shed some tears in the chat after Schottenheimer with the hire. And it's nice that the Bears aren't the laughing stock anymore, so I'm okay with that. 1st and 10 coming up here for Perez and company. The Perez brothers, because all of them are mostly on the offensive side of the ball. 1st and 10, play action. Perez starting to feel a little bit of pressure, but it's picked up, but throws off his back foot, and maybe some freshman jitters on that throw.
You'd like Matt Perez to set his feet there and find an open man crossing around. And I'll tell you what, Jeff, this Notre Dame offense needs something here.
2 receivers to the near side. They're going to bring the tight end over to the right as well. 1 receiver to the left. They're going to hand this one off to Norris. Powers his way for 5.
I'm getting tired of the Cowboys jokes in chat.
Well, it's just starting, so you better be ready for it. But that's going to be the end of the first quarter. 21-7, Virginia Tech on top so far. Stay tuned. You're watching the CFSL presented by PX Sports on YouTube. Start of the second quarter after the run by Norris to break off the first quarter. Tight end going in motion from left to right. 2 receivers to the right as well. That was going to be thrown and caught. Perez puts it beautifully to Jordan Little for 14.
And a good pitch and catch by Jordan Little. And it's a good drive by Notre Dame, finding their best players, whether they're on offense or defense.
Spreading it around well is Perez so far. He drops back but throws it out of bounds, fighting another down. Is that going to bring up 2nd?
Hey, to all you people dogging on me and being a Cowboys fan, I'm probably the most realistic Cowboys fan you've ever met, okay? Like, come on now.
Yeah, it's not like you're Levi Timms or anything like that where he thinks it's the Cowboys' year every year, as Ricky Collins picks up 5 on the ground.
No, see, the Cowboys' year is always next year. And as soon as next year becomes this year, it now becomes next year.
Empty set here for the freshman quarterback Perez, who's in the shotgun. Trips to the near side. He gets the snap waist high as he's looking around, trying to find someone open, and it's incomplete. A drop on the outside would have been enough for the first down.
This Virginia Tech defense standing tall, paying back their offense for some good early touchdown drives. Let's see if Virginia Tech can fully push this gas pedal to the floor.
That'd be a scary sight for Notre Dame if that were to happen. Fielded at the 12-yard line. Returnable past the 25 is John Lee for a return of 14. Nate giving you a little bit of love in the chat. Love it. One receiver to the left as Cade just went completely silent on that one. As that one's going to be thrown and picked off. Looking for the tight end, but it was undercut. And inside the 20, breaking off a tackle to the 10, to the 5. Notre Dame in beautiful territory after the interception return.
And Jacobia Watson, first interception on the night. The first mistake for St. Major, not what you wanted to see if you're the Hokies. And now the Irish, 5 yards left to go, have a chance to get back into this game. Over on Twitch, a 3-yard touchdown run by Gunnar Rice as West Virginia goes back up, excuse me, over LSU, 14-10 with 6:47 left in the second.
And over here, looking to turn this into points is Notre Dame's offense. Norris in the backfield, but it's going to be Perez keeping it. And to the 1, he picks up 4 on the ground.
And a great job on the read option to keep it by Perez. Sets up what is a second and absolute nose hair length to the goal to go.
2 by 2. Perez is going to keep it once again, trying to get to the outside. He does. Touchdown. Not able to get over there in time is Chris Wolf, the middle linebacker. And it's 6 points for Perez and for Notre Dame as they turn the Watson interception into 7.
And a great finish on the drive by Notre Dame. You understand they didn't have very far to go, but you still love it when they punch it in for 6. Now it is a 7-point lead for Virginia Tech, and Notre Dame has a little bit of fire now. It's a chilly night here in South Bend, sitting at about 35 degrees, but you can feel the heat and the momentum coming from the Irish sideline.
Yeah, you can. And that was a good answer after going 3 and out and then getting the interception as Jeffries with a return of 26. So far, it's been a pretty good game here, Cade, between these two squads.
Yeah, I mean, the ACC easily had the best out-of-conference record in the first 3 weeks of the season, and we know that new and upcomers Virginia Tech are looking to make some noise, but don't count out the Irish.
4-down defensive lineman and bringing some pressure, and across the middle once again, looking like the same play they threw an interception on just a play ago for Virginia Tech on offense, but they find Ulzer for the gain of 9.
I'd say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but it wasn't a good play last time. Maybe they just wanted to run it again to prove they could run it.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to run it with Dansby up the middle, but nowhere to go. He's going to go backwards as the defense for Notre Dame, and Norrula coming up with the tackle.
And Narula on the TFL. Good job by the Notre Dame defense. Logan, talking about Clemson. Yeah, we're not going to forget about y'all, but we're going to give a little bit of love to the guys that are playing tonight. And we know what Clemson can do, but we're here for Virginia Tech and Notre Dame.
Don't worry, Logan. You'll get plenty of love tomorrow. 3rd and 2 as that one's going to be a catch for Orndorff on the near side for a first down.
Yeah, Clemson gets a standalone game. I believe it's the 8:30 time slot tomorrow, so believe me, there's going to be plenty of Clemson love.
Yeah, there will be. You got myself and Moreland on that one. As it's going to be 1st and 10, and it's undercut again and picked off by Notre Dame. The defense coming up clutch as Rainey with the interception.
And Rainey just sitting, didn't even move. Major threw it right to him, and the receiver ran behind Rainey. Not what you want to see if you're Virginia Tech. It was guns a-blazing in the first quarter for the Hokies, and the defense of the Irish is standing tall.
Good starting field position, though it's not like the first interception they had where they were inside the 10. Perez is going to keep it, showing off some of his wheels as he picks up close to the first down marker.
No, they may not be as close to the end zone as they were the last time, but when you can get 8 yards on a QB read option, that's a great play.
Fredo Barfield with the tackle on that last run. 2nd and short, handoff to Norris going up the middle, picks up 4, and that's a fresh set of downs for the Fighting Irish.
Any way that you can move the chains, if you're Notre Dame, that's exactly what you want to do.
They're doing just that. Now quads to the top of the formation on the right side. 1 receiver to the left. Perez rolling around in the pocket. Surveys, gets it out, but incomplete pass.
2 defensive backs right there for the Virginia Tech Hokies. Perez just airing it into the sideline to avoid the turnover.
2nd down coming up after the throwaway on 1st down. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. They're going to give it to Norris, but he's going to be absolutely cleaned out by Nora Johnson.
Oh my goodness. Noah Johnson laying the boom. Shoulder into chest. My goodness.
We saw some hard hits in the last game in Tennessee, Alabama, and Virginia Tech bringing some lumber to the parade as well as Norris. No gain on the play and a good tackle made in the open field by Gravely.
And it seemed like that was a little bit of a too conservative call for Notre Dame. They had a chance to get about half of the yards that they needed to get into field goal range, but they're settling for a punt here.
Yeah, interesting calls. They're going to angle it to the sideline. Do we have a for the brand? We might.
Do we? No.
Oh, out at the 20. So Virginia Tech will start at their own 20-yard line, trying to shake off the rust of the 2 interceptions on back-to-back series as Orndorff picks up a gain of 3.
After St. Major threw 2 interceptions, like you said, on his last 2 series, any complete pass is a good pass.
2nd and 7 now for the Hokies. They're going to hand this one out to Dansby, trying to get to the near side. Picks up 5 on the ground.
And a good 5-yard run to set up a 3rd and short for Virginia Tech. I'd expect a little bit of a read option game here with Dansby and St. Major.
Marula with the tackle on that last play. 3rd and short coming up here for the Hokies. What does St. Major have? He's going to take a shot deep, step on the defense, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and wrestled down shy of the goal line as Jeffries for a gain of 72.
I guess I don't know what I'm talking about, Jeff. Aloysius Jeffries, the absolute burner down the sideline, but got walked at the 1-inch line. He's going to go to the sideline questioning if he should have stretched that ball out, but nonetheless, it is a goal-to-go situation for the Hokies.
But unlike Des Bryant, that will be a catch.
Wow.
1st and goal.
Wow.
Goal line formation. They're going to hand this one off. Up the middle, touchdown. Dansby gets it in for the touchdown as Virginia Tech extending their lead to 2 scores.
And you can tell by how close they were to the goal line because that goes down as a 0-yard touchdown run for Dansby. My goodness, Aloysius Jeffries got right there. And yeah, I'm catching strays out here in the... I'm catching strays out here. My goodness.
Yeah, you are. And it's all in good fun. Shy of the 30 goes Jacobia Watson on a good return of 24. And now we'll see what Notre Dame's offense can do. What do you want to see on this drive here, Cade?
I would love to see a little bit of an Olin Norris drive, try to get the run game going, take some pressure off of Perez.
Perez, short drop across the middle. Slant route is working, and that is going to be a catch made by Rowan Perez for 9. Tackled on the play by Barfield.
And that is Rowan Perez's first catch of the night, the other Perez-to-Perez connection on the offensive side of the ball.
It would be nice to see all the Perez's to just have a Perez connection, just to get everybody involved. Don't want to feel like any Perez is being left out. Under center, a little draw play into the near side. Going to be close. 3rd and inches coming up. They're going to give Norris the 1 yard.
And you would have liked to see Norris lower his shoulders and fight for that, but Virginia Tech sent the house, and they came through almost untouched.
Inches to go. 4 down defensive lineman for Virginia Tech here on 3rd and inches. Going to try the outside. Nowhere to go but backwards. Norris with a loss of 4 and a good open field tackle made in the backfield by C.J. Mucci.
When you have less than a yard to go to get a first down, quarterback sneak, draw something. An outside zone on 3rd and inches is not what you want to see. Just a poor play calling by Notre Dame right there.
Especially when you know they're going to settle out for the run as well. But it's going to be a punt and fielded at the 29-yard line as it's going to be John Lee with a return of 7. So good coverage on the punt return, only allowing 7 yards, and we'll see Virginia Tech. 4 down defensive lineman here as we are quickly moving through this first half of play. Trips to the top of the formation. Pressure coming as Major gets it out quickly. To the 40 goes Ulzer for 3.
And Ulzer right there cut it back in and met the defense hard.
So 2nd and 7 coming up. Homer Jackson with his 5th tackle already, having a good night here for Notre Dame on defense. As this defense has been playing lights out, but across the middle, that time it is connected with Ulzer for 15, and inside Notre Dame territory go the Hokies.
St. Major finding Olzer in stride on a slant route. Little high, but she catches it in stride nonetheless and gets up into Irish territory.
Tackle made by David Perez to hold Olzer to just 15. Well, Virginia Tech at Notre Dame 45-yard line. Trips to the near side. One receiver to the top. As Major to the near side. Looking, and it's incomplete off the hands. Looked like the receiver wanted to catch and turn upfield before he had the football.
Probably heard some footsteps there. The Irish defense was right there as the play was happening.
2-by-2 here on 2nd and 10 with 2:50 to go in this first half. 3-man rush. They get in the backfield, and they're going to take Major down for a sack. As Notre Dame's defense coming up clutch. Wojciech Panzer with Wojtek Panzer with the sack.
And Panzer seemed like he missed him on the first try, undercut the blocker, but rerouted to get the sack. You would have liked to see Major just tuck it and run, get what he can with the pressure. A great job by the Notre Dame defense to face a 3rd and long.
First down is just past the 35-yard line. If Virginia Tech is going to get this one converted, no, they won't. Pressure again. And Major goes down once again. It's Panzer for his second in back-to-back plays.
Panzer bringing the pressure hard. The big German knows what he's doing, putting Virginia Tech way behind the chains and forcing a very important punt.
I'm not one to correct you, okay?
Is he not? Go ahead.
He's from Poland.
Excuse me, my fault. I apologize. Wow, the Poland, Germany. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to eat that one right there. That is 100% my fault.
Yeah, because that's how World War II started, was invading of Poland. But we got a clipping call.
As a history teacher, I know that, and my apologies to Wojtek. My goodness.
Like I said, though, but I'm not the one to correct you.
I know, Dominic. I know. My goodness.
I love it. I love it. We've started the After Dark, even if Twitch hasn't started it yet. Little counterplay to Norris going up the middle, and it's going to bring up the Tony 10 on the ground.
Our first Tony 10 of the game. Good run by Norris, and an immediate timeout by Notre Dame. There looks like they're going to do a little bit of clock management here.
Yeah, just before the clock hits 2 minutes. It's going to be a draw play to Norris, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield as that's big old Jackson McHenry for the tackle.
McHenry sold out on that. The tackle overset, and he undercut him to stop the delayed draw. Big 3rd and 2.
Somebody wants you to help them write a report or an essay on American enlightenment. So that should be fun, but it also might be a little bit of
I'm not going to write an American Enlightenment. No, thank you. I teach textbook history.
2 receivers to the near side as Perez going to take some time off of this clock and bleed some of it down. 1 receiver all alone to the right. Norris in the backfield as well, but Perez gets the shotgun snap, looking quickly. Oh, what a strike to Tom Brown, the tight end, for 11.
Good hit in between the numbers. Tom Brown's second catch of the night seems to think he wasn't down there, but a good find by Matt Perez to move the chains and get the Notre Dame offense out of the shadow of their own end zone.
If they maybe push the tempo a little bit, but the clock's still rolling at 1:10. 2 receivers to the right this time for Perez. Going to air it out once again. Oh, wide open. Someone cover that man. But he is going to be loose, and he is down the sideline. Shrinking in for the touchdown is Rowan Perez. And the Perez connection working well here this evening.
You don't need to bleed clock if you're going to strike like that, Jeff. What a throw by the freshman. And Rowan Perez, there wasn't a soul within 10 yards of him. What a play by Notre Dame to strike back and get within 1 score with just under a minute left to go in the second quarter.
28-20, pending the extra point, looking to make it a 7-point game. 4 plays, 100 yards. That might be wrong because they didn't start at their own 1, but or they didn't start at the goal line. But it's through the uprights and good. We're not going to talk about EA. It's 28-21. They're going to kick this one deep with 59 seconds remaining here in the first half. Virginia Tech has all 3 timeouts if they so choose to use them, and a good return here past the 25 by Ahmad Williams for 27 yards.
Ahmad Williams threw a nasty stiff arm to get an extra few yards right there. But if you're Virginia Tech, you were up early in this game and you looked virtually unstoppable. And then the Notre Dame defense woke up, forcing 2 St. Major interceptions. This is an opportunity for you to go get something with 54 seconds left.
Notre Dame will start with the ball first in the second half. 1st and 10. As Major can't get away, and it's going to be the man from Germany or Poland, according to Cade. Who knows where he'll be? No, they're going to give it to Elber. I thought it was Panzer in the backfield.
Well, it's a party at the quarterback. Population, Notre Dame defensive line. Could have gone to a number of people, but my goodness, what a collapse by the Virginia Tech O-line.
I think they just stole a tackle away from Panzer. A sack, if I'm the one to complain. Trips to the near side. One receiver all alone to the left. Barking out some changes is Major in the backfield. They'll let this clock tick down, but they will have to snap the football as the play clock is coming down to 10 seconds. Wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be a Dansby run. Or do they try to just bleed some of it and then take a shot deep? Who knows? They look like they're going to take a shot, but they're going to check it down to the near side. Incomplete. Ivan Arnold in on the stop.
Ivan Arnold probably a half step away from an interception, but trailing the receiver, stuck his hand out, forces an incomplete pass. If there's a chance Notre Dame can get the ball back here.
They hand this one off to Dansby, trying to get to the outside. Has some blockers. Gets past the 25. Second timeout taken by Notre Dame as they'll get the ball, but it's going to be 3 seconds left in the half, so all they're going to have time for is the return.
As my memory is correct, I think we may have maybe 1 career punt return touchdown in the CFSL. So odds are low here.
And they are low as a return doesn't amount to much for Notre Dame. And we come to the halftime break, 28-21. Number 7, and a little bit of a grind against unranked Notre Dame here to kick off ACC play for these 2 teams. And so, Cade, we come to the halftime break. We saw a little bit of everything. We saw Virginia Tech get up a little bit early, 14-0, and then all of a sudden Notre Dame coming back 14-7, and then all of a sudden a couple of interceptions and a couple of touchdowns, and they're a 7-point deficit here to close this first half out.
Yeah, I mean, this has been an absolute back-and-forth seesaw action game here tonight as Virginia Tech's offense, like I said, looked almost unstoppable. And then the Notre Dame defense woke up. 2 interceptions, 3 sacks in a row to end the half. You like to see Notre Dame to get something going a little bit more efficiently on offense to complement what their defense has done in the second quarter, but if you're Virginia Tech, you have to play turnover-free ball. These turnovers are the only reason that this is a game right now.
It is. What surprised you most in that first half of play?
Honestly, it was the play of the Notre Dame defense. I've watched Notre Dame probably 2 of the last 3 weeks, 2 of the last 3 weeks on YouTube, and their defense at times has looked like Swiss cheese. Tonight, it looks like a stone wall.
So Notre Dame will start with the ball to kick off this second half. Going to be fielded inside the 5 and returnable. And there's a hole that parts into the 30. It was Jacobia Watson for a return of 27. What do you want to see adjustment-wise for Notre Dame?
I want to see them get the running game going. I'm a big believer that Olin Norris, as Olin Norris goes, this offense goes.
In motion, the tight end, Tom Brown over to the right side. Quick drop back and across the middle. That's going to be caught shy of the 40. A gain of 9 for Notre Dame to kick off the first play of the second half.
The other Perez-to-Perez connection on offense, a good 9 yards on first down.
Now 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. And give a draw play to Norris, but he's going to be brought down for a loss of 3 in the backfield by McHenry.
And Virginia Tech must know that Olin Norris is crucial to this Notre Dame offense, and they are selling out on the run. They're going to make the freshman beat them tonight.
Harfield also gets in there for the tackle. 3rd and 4 coming up. 2-by-2 look here for Notre Dame. First drive of the second half. Only rushing 4 are the Hokies underneath, and that's going to be caught first down. Olin Norris out of the backfield with a big first down conversion.
If he's not going to get going in the running game, get him going in the passing game. Good conversion by the running back.
3 down defensive linemen standing up on the left side as well, towards the far side of the formation. That's going to be thrown to Joe Nathan. He'll pick up 5 yards on the little check down from Perez.
Take what the defense is going to give you. They're going to give you 5 yards. Take it each and every time. You are into Virginia Tech territory.
Here we go. Green 19.
Safety's creeping into the box here for Virginia Tech, looking to bring some pressure. They will. Halfback screen. They get it out, but it's knocked away by Oliver, who ran the play better than how Notre Dame ran it as well.
And Oliver out there getting his big mitt out there for a deflection. Half a step sooner, you could be looking at a thick 6.
3rd and 5. Perez going to look to throw. Going to throw it, but 2 receivers in the vicinity. No one got a hand on it. An incomplete pass, and that's how this drive will come to an abrupt close.
And a good job by Virginia Tech to kind of bow their chest up a little bit and stop Notre Dame in their tracks and get the ball back to what is a hot offense right now.
Punt hits inside the 5, goes into the end zone for a touchback. Ball will come out to the 20. So now Virginia Tech with the first possession of the second half. What do you want to see adjustment-wise for Virginia Tech?
Stop turning the ball over. I mean, it's very cliche, but that's the only reason that this is a game right now.
2 receivers to the right, as that's going to be broken up by Giza for the deflection.
Giza laying out for it. Good deflection to set up a 2nd and 10.
Trips to the left, 1 receiver all alone to the right for St. Major. Into the trip side he goes. Oh, but the receiver runs into his own man. Orndorff picks up 4.
I may have spoke too soon about this Virginia Tech offense being hot. They haven't scored in a hot minute. They were hot to start the game. They may not be hot now.
2 by 2 here on 3rd and 6. Major needing 6 yards, and they're going to get it. Olzer picks up just enough for the first down.
Getting exactly what she needed to move the chains. Good pitch and catch by St. Major to Savannah Olzer.
The fresh set of downs for the Hokies on their opening drive of the second half. Quick throw out on the receiver screen. It's going to be caught by Jeffries. He'll pick up 3 on the far side.
And Jeffries gets leveled. It's always interesting when the outside receiver is the one that catches the ball on a wide receiver screen. It's typically the outside receiver coming in to block and the inside receiver catching it. But either way, good pitch and catch, and lucky that they got any yards on that play.
And spread this Notre Dame defense out. 1 linebacker in the middle of the field, motioning Dansby to make an empty set. And checking it down is going to be Orndorff with the reception for 3.
We've gone to a little bit of a check down central here. Going to take what the defense gives you, and as long as you're moving forward, keep doing it.
We'd like to see if maybe they get Dansby going between the tackles. This time, not going to do it, but across the middle, Williams with the grab and shy of midfield, but picks up the first down.
And if you're going to get someone going, get the man that had 2 touchdowns in the first half going. Good pitch and catch by St. Major to Ahmad Williams.
Couple inches away from midfield are the Hokies, looking to get inside Notre Dame territory. Draw play to Dansby, and inside Notre Dame territory, he picks up 4, shy of the 45.
And a good run by Dansby to get up to a 2nd and 6. 4 yards, stays ahead of the chains.
And they come out here on 2nd and 6 with trips to the left. Maybe they take a shot. No, they're going to hand this one off to Dansby in the C's part. Picks up the first down, still on his feet, and fights inside the 35.
And a good, tough run by Dansby. His best run of the night. 13 yards well into Notre Dame territory now.
They're going to go to the pistol here on 1st and 10. Hand this one off, and it's up the middle, and a good run by Maxwell Orndorff picks up 10.
And a good run, a good Tony 10 run by Maxwell Orndorff to get set up a 2nd and inches, knocking on the door of the red zone.
Meanwhile, a 4-yard touchdown run by Keith Samuels as West Virginia goes up 24-16 with 3:46 to go in the 3rd quarter over on Twitch. And getting that out quickly as Elijah Parks hauls that in. Good job by the tight end to get the toes down.
Into the red zone go the Hokies. Feel like this is a must score simply because your offense has sputtered as of late.
Trips to the near side, play action, pressure, down goes Major, sacked in the backfield by Panzer for his 3rd.
Good job by Panzer to get through and stop the stop the Virginia Tech offense, excuse me, get them well behind the chains.
We're currently at 11 plays. This will be the 12th. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Sidecar left is Dansby. He's going to get the carry up the middle, and already he gets that yards back and then some. Give him 9 on the ground.
3rd and 8 is not where you want to be, but it's better than 2nd and 17. Inside the 15-yard line go the Hokies. Let's see what St. Major can get going.
First down marker is just a little bit before the 6-yard line. Out route. Oh, not enough to turn upfield is Parks.
Oh, man, and if I'm Virginia Tech, I'm going for it right here, but they're going to settle for 3 and extend it to a 2-score lead.
Snap is down. Kick is up and through the uprights. And good by Shane Kitt as Virginia Tech. Now a 10-point lead here against unranked Notre Dame. 31-21 with 4:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Returned at the goal line by Notre Dame, and that's going to be brought out shy of the 25. Norris gets 25 on the ground.
Yeah, and if you're Virginia Tech, it's not the way that you wanted that drive to end, but it is now a 2-score game. And if you're Notre Dame, holding them to a field goal keeps this door wide open for you and your offense.
Tight formation from shotgun here for Notre Dame, as Perez was going to try to escape the pocket, but saying no is McHenry for the first sack of the game for him.
McHenry doing his best Panzer impression right there, bringing down Perez early. Perez was early to roll out of the pocket there. Probably should have hung in there and seen what he could find.
Maybe a little bit of the freshman jitters getting to Perez. We see it time and time again. Freshman quarterbacks, they take a little bit to get going, but once they get hot, they get hot. As Norris will pick up 4, and he's going to bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, 11 carries, only 14 yards for Olin Norris. Virginia Tech has done a great job tonight of stopping him.
So on 3rd down, they come out with 3 receivers, 2 to the left, checking it down to Norris, but only getting a gain of 5 is Barfield with the good open field tackle, as the Hokies will get off the field on defense on a 3-and-out by Notre Dame.
It's just a too conservative play call approach on a second and 3rd down after a 1st down sack for the Irish. You'd like to see them try to get the yards back. And as our colleague Ryan Moreland says, you throw before the line of scrimmage, you're not going to, or before the line of gain, you're not going to get to the line of gain.
Yeah, throw short of the line, stay short of the line. And a 1st down coming up for Virginia Tech, who gets the ball back after the 3-and-out. I agree with you. I would have liked to see Notre Dame maybe come out with a more aggressive down the field passing attack on that series, but we'll have to wait another series to see if they do decide to take more shots downfield. Pistol full house in the backfield here, and a handoff to Dansby, who has some blocking and gets enough for the 1st down, and then some, picks up 15 on the ground.
Yeah, and it's a good luxury to have that in a very pass-heavy offense. A guy like Malcolm Dansby can still get 80 to 100 yards each and every week. An absolute workhorse in that backfield.
He's getting some good carries here in this one to try to get Virginia Tech back on the board, though this time he's going to be stopped for a loss of 1 and a good tackle made by Homer Jackson.
And Jackson doing a good job to get some of that yards that he just gave up back. But yes, Dansby is always dangerous in this backfield.
2nd and 11. Quads to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Empty set, no one in the backfield for Major on this play. And throwing it to the near side, that's going to be caught by Orndorff as that's a gain of 3.
Any yards gained here is exactly what you want for Virginia Tech. You are on the edge of field goal range. You're in no man's land. They could go for it on 4th.
We'll see after this play if they get enough to maybe try to go for it. Oh, dangerous pass. Jackson had pick 6 in his sights, but it falls incomplete.
And they are going to go for it, Jeff, but you're right. Jackson saw too much green field in front of him and didn't secure the catch.
1st down is at the 28 of Notre Dame. 4th and 7. Major wants it. Oh, he's got it down the seam. Touchdown. Harper Orndorff on 4th down. Comes in clutch for the touchdown.
And that is Orndorff's first touchdown of the season. She is having a career night tonight. Why go for just the 1st down when you can get the touchdown? What a strike by St. Major.
5 plays, 56 yards on that drive as the extra point by Kit through the uprights and good. So 38-21 as the lead goes to 17 in favor of Virginia Tech. Coming in, Virginia Tech sitting at a 16.5-point favorite in this one, courtesy of the sports book. Over-under set at 74.5. Had 2 wagers on the under, 1 on the over. But Notre Dame to win was plus 545, 19,000 stacked with 11 wagers for Notre Dame to win this one. Still an uphill battle. Still plenty of time left to go, and we saw how quickly Notre Dame could get some of that momentum back on their side, and they're going to have to try to get some of that back. Perez will keep it, but will be stopped for a gain of 3.
I want to correct myself, Jeff. Orndorff had 3 touchdowns last week. It was not 100% updated on our broadcast sheet, so I apologize for the misstat there. But 4 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks for her.
2 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the left. They're going to try the halfback screen. They get it to Norris. He's going to be brought down. Good tackle made by C.J. Mucci.
Again, Jeff, it's a too conservative approach right now. If you're Notre Dame, you're down 17.
4 down defensive lineman for Virginia Tech, though they only rush 5, taking a shot, and it's broken up. Nate Skinner playing defense and getting the deflection.
I mean, you're finally taking a shot. It's what you want to do, but Nate Skinner really isn't the one that you want to be targeting. He's got 3 interceptions on the season.
And had one last week in the victory over Florida. And a good return here inside the 35, though we do have the flag.
Oh, and that's the dreaded clipping call, Jeff. That's not what you want to see if you're Virginia Tech.
Not at all. That's going to mark them at their own 35-yard line. But Virginia Tech looking to go up 24 points with a touchdown.
It seems like everything's going right now in this second half for Virginia Tech.
1st and 10, trips to the top of the formation. They're going to give it to Dansby. Oh, broken. As he tries to go through the line, but not having any of that is the walk-on.
Slung down by his shoulder pads, probably in the range of a horse collar, but there's no flag on it. Good tackle.
Tie formation with empty set here for Virginia Tech, and a nice throw. Broken tackle, got some blocks downfield. Still on his feet is Lee to the 15, 10, 2 men to beat, and he's wrestled down inside the 5, courtesy of Homer Jackson, saving a touchdown.
We already saw a one highlight play tonight from Ahmad Williams. This one by John Lee, absolutely throwing the defender off, getting some blocks, and coming about 4 yards short of a touchdown. What a play, or not 4, yeah, about 4 yards. What a play by the young man.
And the discrepancy in total yards talks about how this game is, but Notre Dame still in it, though. Fighting chance, down 17, can't give up a touchdown here, but St. Major, he wants the touchdown, and he'll get it. Jeffries in the back of the end zone, gets the feet tapped, and that's 6 points for the Hokies.
I don't know how you leave a guy like Aloysius Jeffries that wide open in the back of the end zone. That is easy money for St. Major and Jeffries.
Wide open, and nobody around for the defense to get a hand on that football. 3 plays, 78-yard drive, though it was helped by the big pitch and catch to John Lee. There's the extra point through the uprights and good by Kit. So 45-21, we are at a 24-point ball game.
I got people in the chat asking, is Virginia Tech the best team in the nation? I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no, but I will say that there is better competition out there to be played to have that conversation, but we will wait and see how the rest of this game finishes up.
We will see how the rest of the ACC works, because Virginia Tech still has to play Florida State. Still got to go through North Carolina and Miami.
Yeah, there is a gauntlet conference schedule ahead for the Hokies.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 coming up with 38 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. As it's going to be a draw play to Norris. Gets past the 35 for a gain of 4 on the ground. Meanwhile, we got a scoring update from Twitch. 13-yard touchdown pass to Brendan Reno for LSU as LSU takes the lead, going for two, which was no good. 25-24, 7:16 to go in the fourth quarter over on Twitch. Pressure, and down goes Perez in the backfield.
And Reed coming through virtually untouched off of that left tackle into Perez's blind side. The Virginia Tech defense, playing with a 24-point lead, is pinning their ears back.
Two receivers to the left, one to the right. But trying to get the halfback screen to Norris, and this time nowhere to go. Loss of one on the play. The defense was ready for it again, and that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. Put your fours up in chat, everybody. Also, hit that like button, smash it, whatever you want to do. It's going to be a good one. You got the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. So the fourth quarter will start with a punt by Notre Dame that will give the ball back to Virginia Tech to kick this fourth quarter off. Punt is away, though it was a good punt return on the last time they kicked it deep. But this time held in check as John Lee with a return of 9.
I mean, Jeff, there's a reason we're up here and we're not down on the field tonight, but it has just been too conservative at times for the Irish.
It has. 1st and 10, they're going to hand this one off to Dansby. Breaking off of a tackle into the 45 inside Notre Dame territory goes Dansby for a gain of 8. And over on Twitch, another pick six for LSU as they take a 32-24 lead now with 6:52 to go remaining in that ball game. Second and short, and it's going to be Major keeping it. Oh, stiff arm into the 40. He picks up 6.
And St. Major getting back to a 0 yards gained on the night after some sacks. Homer Jackson, his 10th tackle on the night. Virginia Tech, my goodness, dominating in the first down game.
Jackson leading the team with 16 tackles coming into this one. Major trying to get to the outside and will be brought down courtesy of Jacobia Watson.
Yeah, it seems like Virginia Tech's going to flex their muscles however they can. It's at the point of the game where you don't need to push it downfield too far. Just run the ball, get the first down, bleed some clock.
2-by-2 look here, 2nd and 5. They're going to hand this one off to Dansby, who cuts it back for our forearm, stiff arm, as he picks up 12. 1st and 10 for the Hokies with a fresh set of downs.
And Dansby over 100 yards on the night. An absolutely clinical performance by him.
Two receivers to the right. Play action, Major looking, surveys, gets it, but it's going to be incomplete.
And into traffic, that one was by St. Major, intended, I believe, for Harper Orndorff. Good breakup by the Notre Dame defense.
It was intended for Harper Orndorff. 2nd and 10, they're going to hand this one off. Draw play, Maxwell Orndorff with a loss of 1 on the play, courtesy of Lang.
And Lang on the TFL sets up a 3rd and long. If Notre Dame wants any shot at coming back in this game, they have to hold Virginia Tech to 3.
Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Here on 3rd and 11. Major needs to get rid of it, shrugs off one tackle, and the ball is loose and scooped up by Notre Dame.
And that's one way to get it back for your offense without giving up any points. An absolute coverage sack. Ball looks to be clearly out. It's clearly out. And the Notre Dame defense with their 3rd takeaway tonight.
Notre Dame's defense is going to be a problem for a lot of teams here in the ACC, as they're giving Virginia Tech all they can muster as, they were going to try to muster it downfield, but Perez is going to be sacked by Miles Andrews.
We all as kids played football outside, and we would step into throws to see how far we could throw it. That is exactly what Matt Perez was doing right there. That was a 1-2. I'm going to dip my shoulder and heave it as far as I can. Brought down just before the ball could get off.
But the offensive line just couldn't hold up enough. 2nd and 17. Perez, quick throw, picked off into triple coverage as the first turnover for Notre Dame here this evening, and a good catch made by Gravely.
And just an absolute freshman mistake by Perez, trying to force the ball to get something going for his offense. He knows his defense has been paying him off, but just a bad throw by Matt Perez.
I also don't mind it because you're down 24. You're needing quick scores. So that one, that's what I chalk that interception up to, is Major keeps it for 11 on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you're down by, 24 points. You need 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions just for the tie. So you're going to have to force something at some point.
Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Draw play to Dansby. And inside the 15, he picks up 6.
And a good run by Dansby. Again, 18 carries for 108 yards, 6.1 on the night. Good run.
2-by-2 look here for Major. Here on 2nd and 4. Rome in the pocket. Surveys, gets it out. It's going to be caught inside the 5. To the 3 goes Virginia Tech, and John Lee with another good reception.
Major over the 400-yard mark tonight. We have a Twitch update coming after this play.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pistol. They're going to give it to Dansby, fighting his way. Grown man touchdown as he fights through defenders for 6.
And he just plows his way into the end zone. I believe that is Dansby's 2nd touchdown of the night. It will be his first multi-touchdown game of the season. Good job by him. Over on Twitch, a 4-yard touchdown run by a walk-on for West Virginia. 2-point conversion, no good. They now trail LSU 32-30. 4:58 left in the game.
And the 3rd rushing touchdown for Dansby.
He's going to be a candidate for Offensive Player of the Week.
TD Sav liking what he sees with the 50 burger, though I think that burger just went to Thor Savage's belly.
Oh, the Thor Savage reference. My goodness, that's an old one right there.
Hey, with the 2000 game coming up tomorrow, I got to try to bring out all of them.
Hey man.
1st and 10, and throwing that one away incomplete.
Hey man, Thor Savage was one of my quarterbacks when I played at Michigan, so I remember that name very well.
Yeah, except he ate the whole buffet table and the table as well that came with it. 2nd and 10 for Perez. Gets it out, ill-advised, and it's picked up. And stepping out of bounds to C.J. Mucci.
Oh my goodness, Mucci, get a smaller shoe size, my man. You will be in the end zone if you're in an 11.5 instead of a 12. Oh my goodness, that was an absolute touchdown waiting there, but that is his first career interception.
Freshman coming up with a big-time play. Virginia Tech looking to put this game on ice as they throw it, caught, and room to run upfield. Fighting for extra yards is Ulzer for 24 as she comes up a couple yards away from a touchdown.
7 catches, 74 yards for Ulzer. Major over 430 on the night. Looking for his 5th touchdown. Virginia Tech's offense, even though they sputtered a little bit at the end of that first half, they have been nothing short of clinical.
They have, when they haven't been throwing interceptions or fumbling the football. They've been surgical. That one almost picked off in the end zone, but it falls incomplete. There was a receiver behind, so give credit to the defense for jumping up and getting that stop.
Are you saying when offenses don't turn over their ball, they're pretty good?
Yeah. Who would have thunk?
Magic.
Major's going to keep it, touchdown, as he gets a rushing touchdown. As the big fella goes into the end zone, now looking to go up 59-21 with 5:35 to go in the 4th quarter.
The Hokies in the chat calling for Dansby to get his 4th, but St. Major's going to get his 5th touchdown on the night, first rushing one, and it is just, they're pushing 60 here tonight for the Hokies.
Yeah, just a reminder, this is only the 2nd meeting between Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. The first matchup coming up last season was 44-16. So Virginia Tech putting it on Notre Dame here in this one, as that's going to be returnable shy of the 25-yard line.
Oh my goodness. Jeff, I got to ask, how you feeling for tomorrow night?
Feeling pretty good. I might lose my voice though, but who knows? Was there supposed to be a joke in there somewhere or something that I don't know about? Rowan Perez picks up 8.
No, I'm just dead serious. Like, we're not going to get a whole lot of time to talk about it before we move into tomorrow, where there's going to be a podcast before the OU Texas game for the game 2000. I just wanted to ask you, broadcaster, how are you feeling?
Oh, it might be one of the most, like, probably the best game that I will call. I mean, I've called a couple of championships, but Wetzel. I've called a couple of championships, but I wasn't able to call the 1000th game. That was Notre Dame, Florida State, actually, a couple seasons ago, and I believe Mike and somebody else was on the call for that. But being pinned to call the 2000 game, I mean, that's just, it's crazy, because it's like we all joined at different times, and what this league has been through so much.
To believe, man. It's really hard to believe, and we're not going to take away from what's going on here as Notre Dame's beginning to drive, but it just has to be said how significant tomorrow night is.
Yeah, I mean, before you know it, and I believe it was season 18 for the 2000th game, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there, 18,
you mean 18,
19, because it was 2022, I believe, is what the chat said when people were messaging about it. 3rd and 2 coming up for Perez. Going to hand this one off to Norris as he gets some room to run to the 20, to the 5. Touchdown, Notre Dame on the board.
And the best run of the night for Notre Dame. Owen Norris finally waking up. That's what we wanted to see all night from the running back and from the Irish. And it's just a good run, good downfield blocking, and outruns everybody. Little something to feel good about for Notre Dame, potentially heading into next week.
Yeah, and I would say that's probably the best run that we've seen all night long, too. The way that he was able to break away from the defense. So 59-28. We'll see the onside kick for Notre Dame. They're going to need a couple onside kicks for this one, and that one is just hit way too hard, but it's recovered by Virginia Tech at the 45-yard line.
And Orndorff on the recovery, and Virginia Tech 4 minutes left. Just start running the ball. I mean, especially since this Notre Dame defense has sacked St. Major a handful of times. They forced some interceptions. You got to run the ball. Just let Dansby, let Orndorff eat, and just let him go.
Well, 1st and 10 coming up for Virginia Tech after the onside kick. Now all that's left is just getting this clock down to 000 for Virginia Tech. Don't want to do anything too crazy that might give some breath of life to Notre Dame. Across the middle, that's going to be caught, and inside the 35 goes Harper Orndorff for a gain of 12.
Her 10th catch of the night. 10 catches for 112 yards.
1st and 10, 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. They're going to give this one to Dansby up the middle to the 30, still on his feet and close to the 1st down. They'll give it to him with a gain of 10.
And Dansby just absolutely putting on a clinic here as of late. Over 120 yards.
So 1st and 10 after the run. And it's going to be kept by Major. And shy of the 1st down, sticks by 2 yards as he picks up 8 on the ground.
And one thing I want to touch on, Jeff, Harper Orndorff has a career high in catches. 10 catches tonight for her.
A 2nd and short coming up. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. And staying in the backfield.
They're going to manually bleed this clock, yeah.
They'll snap it with 2 on the play clock. They give it to Dansby. Draw play. Has a lead blocker with the offensive lineman pulling, and he picks up 5.
Dansby going to do everything he can to get his 4th touchdown on the night. I know the Hokies are going to want it for him.
First and goal. Trips to the left. Empty set here. They're thinking about throwing this one. Could give an opportunity for Notre Dame. Leading this one.
It would be the wildest thing if it was just a quarterback draw.
All of this for just a quarterback keeper. And it is to the near side, to the far side, but no gain on the play.
And Notre Dame is Jacobia Watson on the tackle, but Virginia Tech is just playing the clock game. They're just trying to bleed as much of it as they can, so that way they can go ahead and get back to Blacksburg with a victory.
2nd and goal coming up. I don't know why they don't just put chew clock on, but that's beyond me. Thank you, Moochie. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left, Dansby sidecar left. And he's going to get it as he powers his way close to the 5. We'll call it the 6 as he picks up 3 on the ground.
Like to think Dansby's probably going to get one more chance at touchdown number 4 tonight. I mean, yeah, they're not going to come out in victory formation.
No, they won't. They want to try to put some more points on the board. They're going to give it to Orndorff, the backup, for a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a field goal opportunity on the 4th and goal.
And the field goal does nothing but get them over 60 points, and it was, like I said many times tonight, there were times where Virginia Tech didn't look very good. A couple St. Major interceptions, back-to-back sacks by Notre Dame, but clinical. 95% of this game, Virginia Tech was clinical.
So we'll see Kit come on to extend Virginia Tech's lead. There's the snap, and it's on the way through the uprights and good. Kind of just a longer extra point attempt. It's now 62-28 with 13 seconds remaining here from Notre Dame.
I mean, maybe 95% of clinical was a little too aggressive, but there were points where Notre Dame's defense looked decent.
And on the return, doesn't mount to much for Notre Dame. Going to be shy of the 20, just barely able to get it by the 15-yard line. 4 down defensive linemen here for Virginia Tech. 2 receivers to the top, though they're motioning the tight end over. Perez going to look to throw it a couple more times here before this game comes to a close. Leon gets crushed to the near side.
Yeah, Leon paying the absolute most right there on that hit. What a job by Noah Johnson, finishing this game strong.
And there it is. Clock hits 000. Okay, let's close this one out. Get the folks ready for tomorrow.
I mean, Virginia Tech, top to bottom, dominated this game. There's a reason they're number 7 in the country. But credit to Notre Dame where credit is due. Their defense at points tonight looked very good and gives them hope for ACC play. On Virginia Tech side of the field, they are rocking and rolling and looking forward to facing those top 3 big dogs in the ACC.
4K pageant and the best production crew, led by executive producer Mike Peters, associate producer Austin Crow, some of the best in the business. I'm Jeff Melnition. Thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with us, and hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Collegiate Football Simulation League, presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Again, the final score from Notre Dame in Notre Dame Stadium, 62-28. Number 7, Virginia Tech gets the dub. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 5:30 Central Time for the 2000th game preview podcast, followed by the Red River Showdown at 6:30 p.m. And then Florida State takes on Clemson in the 2001 game. So until tomorrow, have a good night, everybody.